Oh, yay, Hari.
Yay, Hari.
Yay, Steve.
Thank you.
Blessings to both my brothers.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yep.
So, anybody else you want to add to that? If not, I have one. And I know this hadn't been shown yet, so this is a little something to come in the near future. But when you interviewed my husband, Joe Marshalla, on your show, of course, you know, I'm prejudiced here, but
you have a little bit of
So that was my favorite of all your interviews, of course, because of my love.
Yeah, well, Joe is an incredible friend, an incredible guy. He has a book out called Repeatlessness.
Incredible performer and entertainer.
Incredible performer and entertainer.
Demands.
And you know, I count my blessings having him as a friend in my life as well. And so that's another show that is to be coming up.
Coming soon.
Coming soon.
Absolutely.
Coming soon, to be released soon.
And on your future guests that are coming, what topics would you like to cover?
Well, I have no limit. Really, there's no boundary, there's no limit to the type of guests that I like to have on the show. Really, if you look at my either of my sites, stephenfreid.blogspot.com or YouTube/Life on Maui, youtube.com/Life on Maui, you'll see that the variety of guests is tremendous. So I'm really wide open, but for me, the bottom line is I like to get to the heart of things. I like to really get to know what makes somebody tick. And want to know about a big guest that I have coming up?
Who?
Okay, this is another one that I'm very excited about.
Get an inside scoop here.
Yeah. I'm very excited about this. John Demartini he's become famous lately from The Secret. The Secret has become major.
World renowned.
World renowned.
Yes.
I mean, it's been on Larry King, multiple shows on Larry King, on Oprah. It's all over the news. And John Demartini is one of the principal guys there.
That's
so he was in town recently for a very brief period of time. And similar to David Welsh, I just grabbed the opportunity and got him on the show. And this is out of his mouth, and he does interviews all over the world. And he particularly liked this interview on this humble little station here, you know, with this novice guy here. He really liked this interview that he did, and so I'm very proud of that interview, and that's going to be coming up real soon as well, so I'm very excited about that. There's something important that you have to add to The Secret that I think is significant. Speak to that.
Well, everybody has a set of values. And whatever's highest on their value is where they have discipline, order, and focus, and where their intention is most creative. And whatever's lowest on their value is where they tend to hesitate, procrastinate, get distracted, and they have more chaos, and they're not as focused. So what happens is, if we're setting our intentions, we are wise to know what our values are, and to make sure we're setting objectives that are congruent, or goals that are congruent with our highest values. Because we spontaneously hold our attention and concentrate on manifesting things when they're congruent. Many people come to me and said, well, I had this dream, I wanted to do this and this and this, and I started applying The Secret, and it hadn't manifested. I mean, I'm not a millionaire in 2 weeks now. And I asked them a very simple question. I said, well, let's look at your values. And we found out that money was not their highest value. In fact, every time they get money, they spend it on other things. They don't save it. And they didn't have a strategy for building wealth. They didn't have any way of bringing a service to the world to just spontaneously manifest. They were expecting just a check to show up in their hand. And I think that what was happening is they misinterpreted what was hopefully getting across in The Secret, that you do have to concentrate on it. It does have to be congruent to your values. And you also are wise to move towards it and take some action step. Don't just sit there and hopefully it's just going to appear. I think there's whatever you move towards tends to move to you. Whatever your innermost dominant thought is tends to become your outermost tangible reality. And whatever you tend to concentrate your efforts toward, you tend to increase the probabilities and luck
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Where do you see the show going? I mean, all these things are happening with life on Maui, and
Yep.
you have major people coming in and interviewing them, and
Yeah.
where do you see it going?
Well, one thing I want to put out right now is that we are just going to increase the quality and the quantity of these shows because there's such high demand.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And what we're now at a turning point is that we are wanting sponsors for this show. Very clearly, we're looking for sponsorship for this show.
Mm-hmm.
It can be at many different levels. But what people get in exchange for sponsorship for this show is really phenomenal. You get 20 showings approximately per year on a kaku, where name of the company, logo, website, an on-air thank you.
Mm-hmm.
There's a 10,000 people mailing list that this goes out to, that everyone who sponsors the show gets credit for. And it will be on multiple websites, YouTube and multiple websites. So the exposure is phenomenal. And I encourage anyone who is interested in sponsoring the show, please contact me through my website, stephenfreid.blogspot.com, or the what do you call it? Email. The email address that you see at the end of the show. I forgot that email address that you see at the end of the show. And we're actively looking for sponsors right now. And
so again, it'll be shown 20 times annually.
Yes.
And their products will be promoted. Their company will be promoted.
Yes.
They're on the internet, World Wide Web, YouTube and blogs and that, and then over 10,000 emails going out. So
absolutely.
That's huge.
It's huge.
Yeah.
It's a huge exposure. It's a lot of exposure, and it's very reasonable what we're asking.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
I'm
Thank you.
excited about that.
Thank you.
And I've often wondered, and I ask people this a lot, but if you had one wish for our planet, what would that one wish be?
I'm laughing because, the one wish that I have for the planet it has to do with a transformation that can only happen within.
Yeah.
I really see that whatever happens on the outside, whether it be the politics, I'm grateful for all of those people doing whatever they're doing, with the politics, the environment. It's all good. Thank you for all of that. But when it comes to the bottom line, right down to the bottom line, what I really see is that we are the change.
Yeah.
We are the change that is going to happen in the world, so that, like my buddy Joe, he has this song. It's a wonderful song called We Are the Change. And I'm going to play that song.
You want to sing it? I know you can sing.
I'm not going to go into it. I'm going to let him sing the song right now. Ready?
Yeah,
I'm going to let's run that clip right now.
Okay, great.